Let me ask you something. Ever opened your phone and suddenly forgot what you were searching? Your brain just freezes for a moment. That confusion is often the first signal of mental fatigue. Or you walk into the kitchen, open the fridge, and your brain goes completely blank. You read the same sentence again and again, but nothing actually sticks in your memory. That's your tired brain struggling to process information. So you tell yourself something simple: I'm fine. I just need more coffee. But here's the truth. Your brain is not actually fine. It's quietly asking for recovery. That recovery isn't motivation, and it isn't discipline either. What your brain really needs is sleep. Sleep is one of the most important biological processes in your body. It keeps your brain functioning efficiently. And without it, mental performance starts declining quickly. Today we're going to explore something fascinating. What actually happens inside your brain when you don't sleep properly? Most people think sleep means resting, like pressing pause on your brain. But that idea is completely wrong. Your brain doesn't shut down at night. In fact, important biological work begins. Sleep is when the brain performs maintenance. Think of the brain like a busy city. During the day, activity never stops. Information, stress, emotions, and decisions constantly build up. Every decision you make adds mental traffic. Every emotion adds more activity. By night, your brain is overloaded. That's when sleep becomes essential, because sleep activates the brain's cleaning system. Scientists call this process the glymphatic system. This system removes toxic waste from brain cells, including proteins linked to brain diseases. Without sleep, that waste stays inside the brain. Sleep also strengthens neural connections. The brain reviews everything you learned during the day and organizes those memories. Imagine pressing the save button on a computer. That's what sleep does for your brain. It stores important information permanently, but when sleep disappears, that entire maintenance system slows down. Your brain starts operating in survival mode. Survival mode means less efficiency, less focus, and weaker cognitive performance. The first thing you notice is slower thinking. Tasks that were easy suddenly feel difficult, and your attention span begins shrinking. Your brain starts conserving energy and prioritizing only essential tasks. Everything else becomes harder. This is why sleep deprivation affects productivity. Your brain simply lacks the resources to focus, and mental clarity begins fading. And when this continues for many nights, your brain stops optimizing performance and switches fully into survival mode. The first major effect appears in your attention system. Your brain shifts into low power mode, just like a phone running on 5% battery. Imagine opening dozens of browser tabs at once. Eventually, the computer slows down and your brain behaves the same way. Tasks that require focus suddenly feel exhausting. Even simple work demands more mental effort. That's cognitive fatigue building up. Here's an interesting scientific comparison. Staying awake for 17 hours straight can impair your brain in a way similar to alcohol intoxication. Reaction time becomes slower, and your brain processes information more slowly. That delay can affect everyday decisions. Thinking begins to feel like buffering. Your mind pauses before responding, and mental clarity disappears temporarily. The second big effect involves memory. Your brain struggles to store information, and learning becomes noticeably harder. You might study something today, but tomorrow it feels completely forgotten. That's because memory consolidation never happened. Think of your brain like a USB drive. If the file isn't saved properly, the data disappears. Sleep is when memories move into long-term storage. Scientists call this memory consolidation. Without sleep, the process fails. Your brain reviews information from the day. Important memories get strengthened while irrelevant information gets removed. Without sleep, those memories stay temporary and never reach long-term storage. That's why recall becomes weaker. Over time, learning efficiency drops dramatically. You study longer but remember less because your brain never presses save. The third effect appears in your emotional control system. Sleep deprivation affects emotional regulation, and your brain becomes more reactive. Two brain regions play a key role here: the prefrontal cortex and the amygdala. One controls logic and decision-making, while the other processes fear and emotional reactions. The prefrontal cortex normally regulates emotions and helps you stay calm under pressure, but sleep loss weakens this control center. When that control weakens, emotional reactions become stronger, and small problems feel much bigger. Meanwhile, the amygdala becomes hyperactive. This area processes fear and stress, and without sleep it reacts more aggressively. That's why tiny problems suddenly feel overwhelming. A small comment feels personal, and your emotional response becomes exaggerated. Anxiety levels can increase and motivation often disappears. Your brain feels emotionally drained, but after one good night of sleep, emotional balance often returns quickly, and the same problem suddenly feels manageable again. The fourth effect involves decision-making. Sleep deprivation weakens impulse control, and your brain begins choosing quick rewards. When sleep is missing, impulse control drops, and your brain starts chasing fast rewards like sugar, junk food, and endless scrolling. Late at night, your brain searches for quick dopamine, which is why you keep scrolling your phone even when you know you should sleep. Food choices also change with sleep loss. Research shows sleep deprivation increases cravings, especially for high-calorie foods. Motivation for exercise also drops because your brain wants to conserve energy and physical effort suddenly feels unnecessary.